It is a challenge for me to get personal, but I am working on being open and vulnerable. Hi, welcome back to Sdawkins Art. I am Shanique, and I am the artist behind this beautiful space. I'm so glad that you decided to join me today, and I hope you enjoy this video. On this episode, I'm going to go through the process of creating this beautiful masterpiece, as well as share a few facts about myself. I was born and raised in Jamaica. Yes, I am an island gal, or an island girl. I did most of my early education in Jamaica. I did, well, here it's elementary, but there's primary. I went to primary school and high school there. That's where I studied art until high school. And then I migrated here. If I had stayed in Jamaica after finishing high school, I would have went to Ed Manley School of Arts. But I guess that was not that was not a part of God's plan. However, here I am. Here I am, sharing my passion with you. I'm currently living in Sunrise, Florida. Yes, I am still in the tropics. I love to eat. Anyway, I'm gonna take you on an adventure through the process of creating, while I share, the steps, as well as just some things about me. It is a challenge for me to get personal, but I am working on being open and vulnerable. It is a challenge, but it's a challenge that I'm working on mastering. Yes, I am. From an early age, I knew that I wanted to be an artist. I just took the long route. I don't know why, but I did. And here I am now. I am motivated by just the desire to create. I feel like if I'm not doing art, then I'm gonna go crazy. There's so many things going on in my mind. I have a beautiful mind. I do. There are many rooms and doors to be open that I can escape in. Sometimes I have to be mindful not to escape into my own illusions. I just have a burning desire to create, to prove to myself that I can co-create, like God lives within me. And when I listen to that voice within and don't second guess myself, I am right. For example, no one taught me how to do this. I just figured it out by trusting my inner being. My interests and hobbies are just creating things, whether it's jewelry or paintings and drawings. It's just getting to the mind frame of figuring out how things work, just as if, doing IT as a technical support engineer is always about what causes an issue. So for a drawing or a painting, it is like, how do I break this down? How do I recreate this image? Or how do I recreate this color? And you do that by layering colors. Here, I am layering, I started with just a tone of yellow, which is yellow ochre. and then I layered some darker colors onto it and use my eraser or whatever my intuition tells me at the moment to put together to make it work. Next to painting, drawing, and making journals, I enjoy reading, doing yoga, belly dancing, listening to music, and taking long walks. What is my biggest accomplishment? My biggest accomplishment is showing up for myself every day. It is being able to create at the level that I am creating, because I am proving something to my 9-year-old self. Like, hey, Shanique, look at this. Look at how far we've come. I might not be famous or well known yet, but I'm on my way there. Even just doing this is a big accomplishment, because anyone who know me know a few years ago I wouldn't be doing this. So this is big. My favorite artist or Giorgio Morandi is an Italian painter and printmaker. He specializes in still life, and it's great at cross hatching, something that is not my strongest pursuit because I just don't have the patience for it. But I do admire his work and his still lives. They're like the simplest of work, but there's beauty in simplicity. And the next one is gonna be Georgia O'Keeffe. She's an American modernist painter and a draftswoman. She's great at drawing. And I love her work. She do like flowers, and some of her early work is about like figurative art, which I'm really into. But her flowers series, those are really abstract and have your mind thinking. So I really do admire her work. My biggest dream is to hone an art cafe, somewhere where people can come in and just relax and chill and revive, recharge, rejuvenate, eat some delicious food, healthy food, and just have a relaxing moment. That is my dream. That's my dream, to have an art cafe, because I really do enjoy cooking. That's a whole nother creative aspect of it. And even though I might not be the one doing the cooking in the cafe, but it's just to be able to bring people together with food and art and music and whether it's poetry or karaoke, but togetherness. That is something that is missing today. Togetherness, where people just come out and you can smoke your hookah, or you can have some carva, drink your tea, have some wine. But it's just to create that moment. That moment. Have some board games. Yes, definitely. It depends on the mood I'm going for. For this piece, I put on some Janet Jackson, and that was it. I just went with the flow. And for a moment, I was in control, then I lost control, then I was in control. You might be wondering why the yellow under the red. Well, I put the yellow orchid under. I always use that as my base color because I find that it makes, like, whatever color you layer on top of it, it makes it pop. And I want the shoes to be, red. And if you look at her skin tone too, the base of it is yellow. Even though I went in and I had some burnt sienna and other colors in there, it's just a whole melting pot of colors, just mixing colors. That's the trick to it, just mixing colors. There is no science, even though they have color theory and all of that, which I do entertain. I will watch and listen and try to practice, but I just go with my feeling, go with my instinct. And if I look at something, I'm like, okay, how do I create a shadow? How do I make this look, real? And I just go with that nudge, that nudge, that nudge. And that is something that I want to bring in all aspect of my life. That all aspect, because when I'm creating art, it's so clear. It is very clear. And it's easy to trust and, believe in that nudge. But outside of creating, I tend to question it a lot. Like, maybe, yes, I tend to question and second guess. Like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I shouldn't do that. What if I did this? What if I do that? But here I am creating, and I just go with the flow. I just go like that nudge say, put this color. And I just obey. I surrender. I surrender. Wow. I surrender. I give up all control and I just surrender. Here I need to go wash my hands. Well, every now and then I have to go and clean my hands because colors do get blended into each other. And even though to create the skin tone and to create a realistic picture, you have to layer the colors. Sometimes colors can get muddy or dark or dirty looking, so I have to clean my hands. You have to take a break and go ahead and clean your hands. For now, I'm gonna say figurative or abstract figuratives. I enjoy creating these abstract figures with no face, no identity. They're just unknown. It's just the shape, the forms. I'm into shapes and forms. But when I started out, I actually started painting to paint landscape. And surprisingly, that didn't last long. I went from landscape to seascape, and painting the water was like a headache, even though I did somewhat get it. But I started doing still life because that was my strongest area in from high school. And whenever I work with a mentor, like an art mentor, that's what they always compliment me on, like still lifes. Then I went from still life to portraits. I love a challenge, I guess, because that was very challenging. Then I mastered the art of, just capturing the essence of the person or channeling the essence of the person. Now I am into forms. I just love shapes and forms. As you can see here, I am doing a lot of this work. There's some work I do that is very personal, that it could be of like my son, me, working on a few self-portraits on our abstractive self-portrait, if that is such a thing. But I enjoy doing these because these give me the freedom just to go with the flow. I don't have to capture the likeness of a person. I don't have to get the essence in their eyes. I don't have to get it to look like, grandma or grandpa or brother or my son. I just free flow. Well, thank you for joining me for this week's episode. It is a weekly thing, so stay tuned. Please like and subscribe. And currently her name is Jane Doe. I have no name for hers yet. But if you do come up with a name, comment below, and the best name wins a print. Until next week, peace.